Okay. Genesis 5. Okay, go find Genesis 5 right here. Adam's descendants to Noah. This is the book of the generations of
Adam.
When God created man, he made him in the likeness of
God.
male and female, he created them.
Let me say number 2.
Verse 2, male and female, he created them. And he blessed them and named them man, and they were created. Verse 3, when Adam had lived 130 years,
Whoa, that's
he
a
became
lot.
the father of a son of his own, in his own likeness, after his image, and named him, you gotta follow on, son, just before verse 4.
Named him Seth.
Yeah, so how old was Adam when he had Seth?
130.
130, yep. So follow along, verse 4.
And I call them 130.
130, that's correct. Verse 4, you got to follow along, son. The days after Adam, the days of Adam, after he became the father of Seth, were 800 years.
Whoa.
And he had other sons and daughters. Verse 5, thus all the days that Adam lived were 930 years.
Whoa,
And he
that's-
died.
Oh, who died?
How old was Adam when he died?
Who died?
Adam.
Why?
How old was Adam when he died? He just died. He doesn't say why. Okay.
130.
Yeah, no. He was 930 years. Okay? 930. Okay? Verse 6.
Whoa, that's a long time he lived.
Yes.
That's a super long. We should live that long.
That would be fun. Okay, verse 6.
And we get to go to the promised land.
That's right.
Could you go to the promised land?
If you behave, come on.
Someday.
Someday. Verse 6. When Seth had lived 105 years, he became the father of Enosh.
Dad, could you go to the promised land today? I want.
No, not today.
What day?
I'll tell you. Mama and I'll plan a trip. Okay. So how old was Seth when his first son Enosh was born?
Jerusalem. Huh?
How old was Seth when his first son Enosh was born? Okay, follow on in verse 6.
What's Enosh?
Can you read verse 6?
When you just read it.
It didn't sink in your brain. Read it again.
When Seth had lived 105 years, he became the father of Enosh.
Verse 7, Seth lived after the birth of Enosh 807 years and had other sons and daughters. Verse 8, thus all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Verse 9, it doesn't say why, Siki.
Who, Adam?
Yeah, Adam's dead, Seth is dead, now it's Enosh's turn. Okay, it's just going through these lives of
Who's
these.
Seth?
Seth is Adam's son.
That's Jesus?
No, that's Adam's son. Adam's son is named Seth. And
He
then,
died?
yes, he died and he was 907 7 years. 912 years. Okay, 912 years.
Whoa, that's a long life.
Yes. Okay, let's keep reading.
Lesser than Adam.
Lesser than Adam. Yeah, Adam was 930. Verse 9. When
He was 912.
Yes, Seth was 912. When Enosh had lived 90 years, he became the father of Kenan. Verse 10. Enosh lived after the birth of Kenan 815 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Verse 11. Thus, all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he... Are you following? He died. Verse 12.
Who?
Enosh. Okay?
Enosh?
Enosh's son is Kenan. Verse 12.
And was he 900?
Okay. Enosh was 905 years. Okay, verse 12. You got to follow on.
Lesser than Adam.
Yes, lesser than
And
Adam.
lesser than Seth.
Lesser than Seth.
And he lived for 905.
Yes, verse 12. When Kenan had lived 70 years, he became the father of Mahalalel. Verse 13. Kenan lived after the birth of Mahalalel 840 years. And he had other sons and daughters. Thus, verse 14. Read verse 14. Okay, you read verse 14. You'll know how old he was. Read verse 14.
The other sons, daughters.
No, verse 14, son.
That's all the
Days.
days of Kenan were 910 years, and he died.
Verse 15.
Hey, bigger than 905.
Bigger than 905. Verse 15. When Mahalalel had lived 65 years,
Whoa.
he became the father of Jared. Mahalalel lived after the birth of Jared 830 years and had other sons and daughters. Verse 17. Thus all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. Verse 18.
How old he was when he
895 years.
Whoa, he was 895.
895.
Lesser than all those other ones who
Yep.
lived on 900.
That's right.
I don't want to live that long. I want to live until 930.
Okay, like Adam, huh? Okay, verse 18. When Jared had lived 162 years, he became the father of Enoch.
Why they keep saying father for Enoch?
That's how this whole chapter is. It's kind of fun, huh?
Yeah, but how old was he when he died?
Read verse 19.
All those people are big already.
Okay, Dad, I'll read verse 19. Follow on. You read verse 20. Then you'll know his lifespan. Verse 19. Jared lived after
I
the...
can read verse 19.
Okay.
Verse 19! Jared lived after the birth of Enoch 800 years and had other sons and daughters.
Verse 20. Thus all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died.
Yeah, how
He
old
lived
was
longer
he?
than Adam.
Oh, let's live.
962.
Now I want to live that long. 962.
Okay, let's read
That
verse...
long.
Yep, let's read verse 20.
Bigger than everyone's with me.
Yep, focus, son. Don't mess with Manny. Read verse 21. Dad'll read. When Enoch had lived 65 years, he became the father of Methuselah.
Who's Methuselah? That
He's going to be even longer living. Verse 22. When Enoch walked with God after the birth of Methuselah 300 years and had other sons and daughters. Verse 23. Thus all the days of Enoch were 365 years.
365.
And then he went directly to God before he died. Okay? Remember, just like Elijah did? Elijah never died. He went up in the chariots. Enoch was the first one who did that. He walked with God, it says. Okay? Verse 24. Enoch walked with God and was not, for God took him. Verse 25. When Methuselah had lived 187 years, he became the father of Lamech. Verse 20.
He was so big.
When he was...
Oh, like
100
the bad one.
No, he wasn't bad.
No, because he had two wifeys. I remember.
No, Methuselah did not have two wifeys.
No, Lamech.
Maybe. Let's read.
Because over here in this yesterday is they said right there.
Okay.
Lamech,
Yeah.
he had two wifeys.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, go. Let's read today, baby.
Why he had two wives.
Yeah, remember that's not God's plan. God's plan, one man, one woman. The two will become one, like in Genesis 2.
He was the son. He shouldn't want to marry a wifey because the old one was his dad.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
He shouldn't want to marry. He was a little boy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Lamech shouldn't marry when he's a little boy.
No, see, that was foolish.
He wasn't the dad.
Yeah, he wasn't the dad. Okay, let's keep going, baby. Verse 26. Methuselah lived after the birth of Lamech 782 years.
Well,
And
he had 782.
after the birth of Lamech and had other sons and daughters.
Lesser.
Yep. And so read verse 27 to find out how long Methuselah lived.
Verse 27.
Yes, Genesis 5, verse 27.
Does he?
Thus, son.
Does he?
Thus.
Oh, does he? Oh, the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died.
969 years. That's longer than anyone. Methuselah is the longest lived man.
I want to live that long.
That would be fun. Okay, you grow up, study hard, cure disease, and then you can live that long. Come on.
I'm making it longer. You live until that number. I live until that number. Manny lives until that number. And Mama lives until that.
I like it.
And Elijah.
Hard. That's a good plan. Oh, you silly. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Hard on me, super hard.
Okay, last one, and then there.
Yeah.
Come on. And then we focus. Verse 28, follow on Ezekiel. When Lamech had lived 182 years, he became the father of a son.
Hey,
Verse 29.
He lived longer, right?
We're going to find out, baby. When he was 182 years, he became the father of a son. Find out who his son's name is. Verse 29.
29?
Verse. Okay.
No, it's
It's in the middle.
It's
Come on.
a comma.
Yeah, it's fine, baby. Read verse 29. Find out who Lamech's son is.
Papa, here's Papa.
Don't mess with Manny, baby. Come on.
And called his name Noah.
Noah was Lamech's son, saying, out of the ground which the Lord has cursed, this one shall bring us relief from our work and from the toil of our hands. Verse 30, Lamech lived after the birth of Noah 595 years. And
Noah was a boy.
Noah's a boy, yes.
Why he gave birth? What's a birth?
No, after the birth of Noah. He didn't give birth. It just, the Bible says, after the birth of Noah, after the wifey of Lamech gave birth to Noah. Okay? Verse 31. Read it. Read how long Lamech lived. Thus.
The days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died.
Verse 32.
Did he live longer?
777 years. That's kind of short, okay?
Yeah, because I don't want to live that long.
Okay, baby.
I want to live until 960.
That's right, yeah. Like Methuselah. Okay.
Yeah, he lived the longest one.
Yes, he did. Okay, verse 30.
Right, Manny? Yes.
Okay, verse 32 is the last one, Ziki. So Ziki reads the last one. Come on.
After Noah was 500 years old, Noah became the father of Shem, Ham, and
Japheth. Yep.
That's it.
That's Genesis 5. Any question?
No.